Hi everyone, I'm Mina Sanchez. I'm an Ascension Coach certified by Twin Flames Universe, and today I just felt called and guided to talk a little bit about the vibration of the Harmonious Union, because we've been saying this. Jeff and Julia have taught us this, and like every single class of Twin Flame Ascension School, we talk about how Harmonious Union, and speaking of which, you can probably hear the airplane, which to me symbolizes ascension. As I was saying, every single class we talk about how Harmonious Union is something that you already have inside. This is your natural vibration. There's really nothing that you have to do to change or to grab or to pursue or find outside of yourself. It's already there because it is exactly how God has created you. And so why do we actually experience not being Harmonious Union? Why do we feel why do we feel like and experience like we're separated from our twin flames? So what actually happens is that vibration is inside. It is something that we already have. It's almost like the onion. The center of the onion, the vibration is already there. But what happens is, because of our experiences and things that we learn, we end up making choices of separation and maybe getting afraid. So maybe when you were like a young kid, maybe even your mom's womb, she felt something that made you feel something that made you feel afraid of love, for example. So it's almost like you create a layer of separation, like almost like a veil, something that covers you, and almost like is this feeling of wanting to protect yourself from maybe being hurt or being rejected or being abandoned or anything like that. So as time goes by, you're getting more and more and more layers of separation, which ends up making you feel like you are not there anymore. So it's almost like when we talk about forgetting, or divine essence, that's kind of like what happens. So how do you go back to that? Basically, what we have to do is get rid of, purify, clean, heal, all the things, get rid of like those layers, those veils, those filters, those things that are keeping us from seeing that. And so it's basically by looking at the upsets, because the universe is very smart, God is super smart, and he's gonna show you through your experience how to go back to that state. So what you have to do is basically do the mirror exercise. Every time you feel upset, every time you feel separation, every time you feel sad, every time you feel angry, every time you feel something that is not aligned with love, that it's basically God telling you, hey, in this part here, you're separate from your essence, from your divinity. And all you have to do there is bring it love. And that's how you, as we say on the fourth step of the mirror exercise, you bring that part home. I always like to do the comparison for those of you who remember Where's Wally or Where's Waldo. Like the book, the children's book, he would start the first chapter, the first page, with a lot of stuff, a lot of like hats and a cane and everything, and books, and every single page he would lose something. So when you go through the book looking for Waldo or Wally in Spanish or in Portuguese, you would also have to find like the cane, the hat, and all the pieces of his, all the pieces of Waldo that got lost. So basically that's what we do. We use the experiences to find that piece and bring that home. And the other thing that happens too is, like, a lot of the times when people are in this journey, they get a little bit too focused on their twin flame or something that it is outside of them, even though we know that your twin flame and you are one. You're never really separated. So basically what that means is that the energy of union is in you, in the same place where, like, the center of that onion is really deep inside. So the whole journey of ascension is not really looking for something out there and convincing your twin flame or convincing them to heal or whatever that is, or fighting them because they're not doing whatever you want to do. My coach Michaela, because I don't know if you know this, but all the ascension coaches, they are actually required to keep doing ascension coaching, having sessions with their own ascension coach, so we can ensure that everybody's healing and we're keeping more and more in alignment with love. So my coach Michaela always talks about how sometimes as we are elevating, and that's a good point too, if you want to go up, it's almost like going on board of an airplane. If you want to go up and really increase your vibration, because all those things, the upsets and the layers, it's almost like the clothes, extra clothes that you have, the extra layers that you have, they make you feel heavier, and therefore it's difficult to see yourself from the higher perspective, which is God perspective, which is the what in quantum physics we call the 0 point energy, like the energy of your creation, which then again is the harmonious union vibration, which is your natural state, basically. So if you have a lot of layers on you, that makes you heavy, and you basically are not aligned with that reality of you. So what do? You have to get rid, or in this case heal, those things, and in order to meet your twin flame, because what I was trying to say here is that a lot of times we try to meet our twin flame and convince them when we have all those layers and we ourselves are not in that vibration. So what Michaela always tells me is, in order to try to meet, because when you're in not there, you're trying to meet them in the middle of like that path, it's very hard to find the person in the vibration that you are. So in order to guarantee that, because it also happens, and it happened with me, we have moments where we kind of like hit that. We have moments where we are in that vibration for a second, because sometimes maybe you use drugs, or maybe sex, or maybe buying, you have like a high, but it's not a grounded high. So it's almost like taking a jump in order to get to that vibration. But because your foundation is not strong, like the base of your vibration is not increasing together, that just basically means that you get high and then you fall, which hurts a lot more, because once you see how much love you can get and how much joy you can get from being in harmonious union with your twin flame and God, it makes it even like that more difficult to go back to the darkness. So what you want to do, and going back to what my coach Michaela says, is instead of trying to meet them in the middle of the path, just focus on you and get to the vibration of harmonious union. Because what we also know is how like the dynamics of twin flames go is, as I heal, they heal. So if I go there, and if my base is going up with me, and I'm purifying myself and going through every single block, using even the desire to be with them as a guide for me to realize what is upsetting me, what is it that I need to heal, what is it still keeping me in separation. So the more I do that, so you don't want to just get rid of your twin flame or not think about them. That's not what we expect. You can always connect to that energy and help it guide. Remember, your twin flame is your guru, your first teacher. So what you have to do is just use that as a tool for ascension. And as you do that in a grounded way, your base is increasing, your frequency is increasing in a very grounded way. So that basically means that when you get there, it's not like you jump and then you have to fly whatever to keep yourself in that vibration. No, the base of your energy is coming up. So what you're doing, you're literally like standing in that energy. And that's why we talk about harmonious union, which is a permanent state, because as you do that, you can guarantee that whenever you get there, they're gonna be there with you. And then from there, only if you made like a zillion times like a contrary force, you would get out of like the harmonious union. But another airplane. So this is like the coolest thing about this. This is why when Jeff and Shalia say that you could be just doing your inner work and getting yourself into that finding yourself, because it's not even about looking for things outside of you. It's about getting rid of all the extra layers to find that essence, like that natural energy inside. If you focus on that, you could be like alone in the middle of the desert, and your twin flame would come up like knocking your door. So this is a spiritual process, but what I love about it is that it is also super explained by quantum physics and metaphysics and energy, the vibration. And as you probably know too, feelings have vibration. So that's why we talk about ascension. Guilt, shame, fear, anger, they're lower in the scale of like vibration. And love, joy, enlightenment, they're up here. So it's the same thing. It's the same component. So if you work on your energy field and doing your inner work, and you remember that your twin flame is healing with you, then that's all you have to not even worry, but focus on, doing really the work, taking the steps, and not being afraid of your feelings, because if you carry them, if you numb that out, or if you avoid them, they're still there. So it's literally like an extra weight that you're carrying that doesn't allow you to really go back to that energy. So it's almost like a bob in the ocean. If you pull it down, you have to do a lot of effort to pull it down so it stays there, which is basically what resistance is. If you release your hand, it goes up. So the natural state of every single one of us is in harmonious union. And to me, this is definitely something that I'm healing myself, and I can't say it enough. Your natural state, my natural state, is in harmonious union. And all we have to do is focus on healing, really looking at what doesn't feel good and bringing love there, choosing to love ourselves unconditionally, being present with those feelings, and just allowing our divine essence to blossom. So that is all for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. If you're looking for support from an ascension coach, if you don't have one yet, I offer individual sessions, group sessions, and also amazing heart readings that will help you reveal the core blocks of your union that are keeping you from experiencing that vibration. If you're not experiencing it yet, it's because you have something still to clear, and you're super encouraged to really look at that and get kind of like the shortcut. These readings are kind of like a shortcut to really see what it is that's discovering me from that energy. So anytime, if you need any help, any support, if you have any questions, just let me know. I am Mina Sanchez, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.